Hey guys, Toast here, and welcome to another episode of Overwatch How to Play. This is a series that focuses on each Overwatch character's backstory, covers their basic mechanics and abilities, and discusses tips to play each character. Today's focus is Soldier 76. The target of an international manhunt, Soldier 76 wages a personal war to expose the truth behind the collapse of Overwatch. Soldier 76 revealed himself in a string of global attacks that targeted financial institutions, shady corporations, and secure Overwatch facilities. Though to the outside world his motives are almost impossible to understand, there are some who claim that he is a former Overwatch agent determined to bring to light the conspiracy that brought down the organization. Though his true identity has been and still is a mystery, it's widely believed that he was trained as a member of the American Soldier Enhancement Program. He possesses physical capabilities exceeding those of a conventional soldier, and he utilizes a cutting-edge arsenal, much of which has been stolen from his raids on Overwatch installations. He is unrelenting in his search to find those responsible for Overwatch's fall and will stop at nothing to bring them to justice. Now that we have a little backstory on Soldier 76, let's take a look at the basic mechanics of this internationally hunted vigilante. Soldier 76 fills the offense role in this game and has 200 health with no armor and no shield. This puts him squarely in the middle of the offense pack when it comes to hit points, but his maneuverability and utility allow him some added survivability that not all offense characters have at their disposal. Soldier 76's primary weapon is his heavy pulse rifle. His rifle remains steady while unloading fully automatic pulse fire. His weapon is able to fire single shot and small bursts with extreme accuracy, which drops off after a short period of full automatic fire. This weapon fires at 10 rounds per second and has 25 rounds in the clip before needing to reload. Soldier 76 does have an alternate fire called Helix rockets. A tiny triad of rockets spiral outward from Soldier 76's pulse rifle in a single burst. Upon impact, the rockets explode, dealing damage to any enemies within its small blast radius. The rockets do 120 damage and have an 8-second cooldown, but do not use ammo, making them more akin to an ability than an alternate fire mode from a primary weapon. Soldier 76's first ability is called Sprint. Soldier 76 can rush forward in a burst of speed, either evading or getting back into a firefight. He's able to sprint infinitely until he either chooses to stop or takes any other action during the sprint. There is no cooldown and no limit to the times it can be used, so he's able to have increased maneuverability at all times and in all situations. Soldier 76's second ability is called Biotic Field. Soldier 76 plants a biotic emitter on the ground that projects an energy restoration field which restores health to himself and any of his teammates within its range. The ability heals 35 hit points per second for 5 seconds for a total of 175 possible restored hit points, or 7/8 of his total hit point pool. The ability has a 5-meter radius as well as a 15-second cooldown. Soldier 76's ultimate ability is called Tactical Visor. Soldier 76 drops his targeting visor into place, which allows him to lock on his aim to the threat that's closest to his crosshairs. If an enemy leaves his line of sight, Soldier 76 will instantly lock to a new target within his view. The ability lasts for a total of 6 seconds and also decreases reload speed, allowing him to deal more sustained damage than normally possible. Now that we have an understanding of his basic mechanics, let's talk about Soldier 76's strengths and weaknesses. As mentioned, Soldier 76 is an offense hero with 200 health, which is standard for an offense character, but ultimately the lower end when compared to all heroes in the game. Keep in mind though that he has a self-heal at his disposal for use anytime it's off cooldown, which allows him to restore the vast majority of his health in only 5 seconds. This certainly helps increase his survivability in those tense situations. The beauty of Soldier 76 is that he's viable at pretty much all ranges. His primary weapon is fully automatic, making it easy to take care of enemies that close the gap on you, doesn't have a huge spread, so some burst firing with automatic fire is perfectly capable of being effective at mid-ranges, and has very accurate initial shots, making single and burst fire effective at long range. His Helix rockets are capable of doing a nice burst of damage to either initiate or finish off a fight, and his sprint allows him added maneuverability to get himself to an advantageous position or out of harm's way. Soldier 76's weakness is that while he's certainly viable at all ranges, he doesn't excel at any one range. There will always be characters who are better at each range than he is. Roadhog and Reaper will almost always win in close range, most characters are equivalent or a little bit better in mid-ranges, and Hanzo and Widowmaker will almost always win in long range. Now that we have an understanding of Soldier 76's strengths and weaknesses, let's talk about some tips and tactics to play as Soldier 76. Your Helix rockets are your highest burst damage output available to you, so try to use them either as a way to start a fight and give yourself an upper hand when initiating the attack, or as a way to instantly finish off an enemy that has a fraction of their health left. Remember that it does have a very small amount of splash damage, so it can oftentimes be helpful to aim at the ground near an enemy as opposed to attempting to direct hit them. If you find yourself in a losing battle, try to rely on your sprint as much as possible to get out of harm's way, and then use your biotic field to regain your health. The nice thing about your sprint is that it's unlimited, so once you're healed back up, you can use your sprint to get yourself right back into battle. Since your ultimate ability is an instant lock-on but doesn't deal any additional damage, you want to try and put yourself in a position to take out as many lower health characters as possible to get the most benefit from it. You can of course try to target tanks as well, but you'll really only have time to take out one tank with the ability if you choose to focus them, where you have the potential to take out 3 or 4 lower health enemies if timed correctly. But that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you feel better equipped to play Soldier 76 now, or if there are some aspects that I missed that you want to share. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content, please subscribe and follow me on Facebook and Twitter, links in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Toast, and I'll talk to you soon.